Hello, Princess. Welcome back to The Good, the Bad, and the Verdict, a series where I tell you what's good, what's bad, and what my verdict is on a brand new released movie. Make sure to subscribe. Let's get into the video. Today, we are talking about the highly talked about but not very anticipated Supergirl. Here comes the Supergirl. Kara, aka Supergirl, must join forces with an unlikely companion on a cross-world journey of vengeance and justice when an unexpected adversary strikes too close to home. Oh yeah. Directed by Craig Gillespie, starring Millie Alcock, Eve Ridley, Jason Momoa, and even a little bit of David Corenswet. As always, let's start with the good. The different worlds that Kara finds herself on, whilst being very similar to Guardians of the Galaxy, despite the dull color palette, the practical effects are really neat, and these worlds feel vacant and lived in, and like each citizen that you see walking past in the background has their own life and somewhere to be. The practical costumes for the different aliens are really cool, and it's nice to see more practical effects instead of a super CGI heavy background and exterior characters. Obviously, this movie is very CGI heavy. It's pretty average if I'm being honest, and even some of the costume designs are pretty interesting to say the least. Did nobody check that? There are moments where Kara and Clark have little interactions, if it is over a video call or in person, and whilst sparse, they are really good. Whilst very sparse, they are a massive high point. I feel like they have genuinely got a really good dynamic and a good on-screen chemistry. And no, not in that way, you little gooner. In a family way. And I'm not talking about an Alabama family, if you know what I'm saying. Their dynamic is a massive positive for the future of the DC universe. If these guys can have good on-screen presence and a good dynamic, it means future projects like Man of Tomorrow, there's a positive light on them. That is, if there is a future. But yeah, we'll see. Box office. Who knows? Could go bananas.
What are you doing?
I'm burying you.
I'm alive! I'm alive!
You're waking the neighbors!
No.
Shut up!
Also, speaking of Superman and David Corenswet, the dude is undeniably really great at playing Superman. And look, I am a massive Henry Cavill fan, as is every guy on the planet, obviously, particularly being like into video games and movies and just nerdy things in general. I love the guy. He's my little Pookie Bear.
What's your army at the moment?
Custodes. Yeah.
I'm going Necrons next year.
Necrons?
Oh.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Were you
Shall we-
into-
Yes.
He's gorgeous. What can I say? He's great. He's great. He's the best. And, you know, if I had it my way, he probably still would be Superman. But that is not the reality we live in. And if we are going to have someone else playing Superman, David Corenswet is great in the role. And I truly think we are lucky to have someone as good as him in the role. Because when he's on screen as Superman, he's so endearing and so likable. And I'm just like, yes, that's Superman. He just has this vibe of hope and goodness, and that is what you want from Superman. When he is on screen in Supergirl, he really does leave an impact. And also, Crypto is in this movie. Adorable, once again. Aww. Now, let's get into
The bad.
Let's start with our main character, Supergirl. She is how you say, unlikable, which is a bit of a problem for your main character in a movie. She even borders on what I would say is a little bit edgelord, bit cringy even, trying too hard to be like tough and edgy. As a character overall, she's just like not very easy to root for. Her attitude and snarkiness and grumpiness is just like not endearing or funny. I think if you played this more for laughs, and this movie definitely tries to make you laugh, I don't think it really succeeded, at least not in the screening I was in. If you played it more for laughs, I think we could have maybe liked her a bit more. And whilst Millie Alcock isn't bad in this movie, I just don't think she became the character like some of the other DC castings we've gotten recently. Millie Alcock not disappearing into this role probably isn't even really her fault. It's probably up to the extremely uninspired script that she got. And yes, this is another begrudging hero with a deep down heart of gold, teams up with a young sidekick who's slightly annoying, but overall you kind of love them. Not the case in this movie. But they go on a cross-country adventure, and in this case a cross-world adventure together for whatever reason. Yes, this is one of those movies again. Something we've seen a lot recently and done a lot better recently. It's not this movie's fault that we've gotten that plot a lot recently. It's its fault that it doesn't do it well. There's not really many original ideas anymore. Everything is sort of like a reference or inspired by other things. But the difference is if you do it well. Jason Momoa is in this movie as Lobo. Finally, after him campaigning and the internet campaigning for years for him to play this character. And it is certainly one of the performances of all time. Yes, he is certainly in this movie. Lobo is in this movie and you can't take that away from him. But that's about it. It does seem a bit like this character was supposed to pack a bit more of a punch. The action scenes with him just feel a bit weak and uninspired. It was weird to have a character that DC fans have wanted to see in a movie for so long just have like no impact really. And frustratingly, this movie sets up a lot in terms of like emotional weight and depth and even some like dark subject matter. It sets all of this stuff up and puts it there on a plate for you as an audience member. And it's frustrating because they just don't do anything with these things they set up. And this movie had the potential to like in parts go a little dark and like have some emotional weight. And I don't mean go full Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice dark.
Why did you say that name?
But my god, develop some emotional weight in your characters if you set it up. It makes me endeared to them and it makes me root for them. Instead, they set up a bunch and just like don't address it or give you like some piss weak emotional scene that just doesn't feel earned. And weirdly enough, a universe led by James Gunn, you know, he is the head honcho here, and I know he didn't direct this movie, but his style should have at least been in this movie. The color palette was surprisingly very, very dull. And that is backed up by some of the most diabolical needle drops I've ever heard in a movie.
Fucking diabolical.
My god, where did they find this music? It was awful. Now for the verdict. In this segment, I will give you my final verdict and overall thoughts on the movie, and rank it on my very comprehensive ranking system, the only legitimate ranking system on the internet. Whilst I did really like 2025 Superman, I didn't love it, but it did get me excited and invested in the future of this DC universe. If Superman got off the starting block with a nice brisk run, Supergirl completely falls flat and smashes its face on the ground. With an overall pretty unlikable cast and a bad guy so forgettable that I actually completely forgot to talk about him in the bad section.
Who the fuck is that guy?
My god, what a fucking boring and nothing villain. A dull looking movie that isn't at the very least visual eye candy, supports an even duller plot that we've seen a million times before and done a million times better. The only shining light in this movie is the moments between Supergirl and Superman where their dynamic shines like a beacon of hope in the sky for the future of James Gunn's DC universe, if we put the characters in the right hands. My god, I pray Clayface is good. I'm so excited for that movie. Please don't suck. This movie is a dead set skip. Thank you very much for watching the video. Let me know what your thoughts are of Supergirl. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was meh? Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and comment on the video, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. I love you. Bye bye.